Welcome, ladies and gents, to our 5th live broadcast from the Scientology Community Centre here in Dublin. My name's Stephen Leeson. Every week I'll be presenting some of the most talented singers and musicians live here on stage on Facebook, on YouTube and Instagram. Along with their incredible performances, you'll hear personal insights and backstories into their music and careers as you get up close and personal. So if you're up for the sing-along and a bit of crack, then you're in good company. The only thing that we ask for your online support, which means sharing, liking, commenting, tagging friends. Our act for tonight, formed late in the summer of 2020, it consists of probably the most exciting lineup of singers from across Ireland, all of whom are accomplished and well-known performers with diverse vocal ranges and incredible personalities, which you're about to experience. They now call themselves Virtualoso, inspired by American a cappella groups Voctave and Pentatonix. Virtualoso came together to outcreate lockdown by continuing to sing online, hence the name Virtualoso. With gigs on the horizon and more opportunities to follow, ladies and gentlemen, will you please welcome the founding member of Virtualoso, Mr. Chris Currid. Chris, you're very welcome.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
There's so many of us, and thank you for the whole lot of you coming along. What is there, 10 in total?
There's 10 of us, yeah, 5 and 5.
5 and 5,
Yeah.
okay. Do you want to give me a little bit of history? Because I am only been introduced to your band, or do you call it a band, a group?
Well, our group.
A group. I've only been introduced to you about 2 weeks ago, so I'm loving what I'm seeing so far. So
Thanks.
give me a little bit of history about what you're doing.
Well, a cappella, forming an a cappella group was always something that I wanted to do. And Voctave and Pentatonix would have been music that I'd listened to a lot. You know, I loved the whole a cappella vibe, the whole a cappella sound. And I suppose I never would have done it unless I had the time to sit down and go, and which is what the last year has given us, I suppose. You know, being able to sit down and go, okay, I'm going to do it. And that's obviously where Virtualoso came from, because it was all going to be online. So I got in touch with some friends and colleagues of mine, and incredible singers who I was hoping would say yes and come on board, and sure enough they did. All of them without hesitation, which was incredible. It's like, no, I'm too busy. So that came into my head, and I was like, that's incredible, but I need very diverse, eclectic group of singers here. So there was a couple of the group that I didn't know initially. I knew them by reputation, but through the rest of the group, we managed to get together, and I got this incredible group of artists behind me.
How long did it take you to get the group started? What did you start? Did you start off 2 or 3 years, or where did it begin as such? How many did you get to start?
So I just thought it through, thought about who I wanted, and emailed them.
Okay.
This is what I'm thinking. And no, this is what I'm thinking. I wanted it to be all official, and they all got back to me and went, yeah, we're in. So I was very lucky. And like I said, there was a couple who I didn't know, but I am thrilled to know them now, and honoured to know them and their talents. It started with the 10 of us. They all said yes, all came on board. We had a couple of Zoom meetings, and we said, right, what are we going to do?
And tell me about Voctave and Pentatonix, that group. I'm only introduced to them through you, actually, since you sent them the bio about the group. Are they around long?
So Voctave are around, I'm guessing now, probably 6 or 7 years.
Okay, so it's
about 6 years, because I actually was working as a singer in Disney about 6 years ago, and they're in Epcot in Florida, one of the Disney parks. There's this group called the Voices of Liberty, and it's an American a cappella folk group.
Okay.
And a few of the members of that went on to create Voctave, and I remember just being blown away by the sound. And being blown away by the arrangements. So that was very much an influence. Voctave and then Pentatonix afterwards.
Yeah. And so everyone as well, everyone has their certain role of exactly what they're going to do when you're creating the songs. But how do you do this creation through Zoom? For 10 people all singing different things, and then coming together in harmony, obviously,
Yeah, that's it.
I don't know how you do it. I'm just really interested now.
Yeah. So, Zoom isn't a thing that we all love, but we get on every once in a while just to have a chat and make sure we're all on the same.
You're the boss on Zoom. You have to mute everybody if you want to.
I'm the boss on Zoom, yeah, and I find it very hard to be the boss on Zoom. Yeah,
right.
But yeah, they'll say, well, the boss, yeah, right. But no, that's it. We get together on Zoom. once every six to 8 weeks, I suppose, just to make sure we're all right.
Oh, only every 6 to 8 weeks.
Yeah, we have a WhatsApp group going other than that, which is handier, just for keeping in touch. But with regards to line tapes and that, we have our fabulous musical director, Amy. She bangs out the line tapes, sends them on to us, and we all have our specific thing to do. So I suppose it's good in a way that we get to work with just our line for a while, so that, you know, when if it was the first time we were hearing it was when we were all in the room together, it can be a little bit overwhelming, and especially with sticking to your line, you know. So that's the advantage of being at home and learning it yourself, and then Amy throwing it together and working our magic.
And were you rehearsing online as well through the Zoom calls, or just discussing things and discussing? So there was no rehearsal singing on Zoom. It was just the quality of the sound. I was just wondering, like, you know,
the delays and all that.
Yeah. How many songs have you done so far or released?
So we did the Disney Love medley, which was a Voctave cover.
That's the first one that you did.
Song that we did back at Halloween, and then we did a Christmas number.
I saw that you were all wearing the Christmas jumpers.
All wearing the Christmas jumpers. We had.
It was brilliant, actually. Like, you know, of course. They had to get with the Christmas spirit.
Fireplaces and feeling all worn. Yeah, absolutely. And that was a cover of John Williams' "Somewhere in My Memory" from Home Alone. And then we were working on The Sound of Silence, and The Sound of Silence was our most ambitious one. And that was inspired by Pentatonix then. Yeah.
Brilliant. Can you tell me just a little bit about your own background? Like, you know, when you started getting into this, and like theatre, music, anything, like, you know, about yourself?
Well, musical theatre was my first love. I got into it when I was maybe 15, 16, starting to play leading roles in school musicals, and being very cool, of course, being the lead in the school musical.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. That's where I got the love for it, and I was lucky enough that my parents were involved in theatre their whole lives, and I got it like 15 can be quite late, I think.
Was it around 15 years of age? I seen in your bio Michael Collins, your lead role on
15, that? Well, not at 15. That was actually 3 years ago.
Oh, sorry, 3 years ago. I got it wrong. Yeah,
that's I always try and mention that because that's one I'm particularly proud of. But 15. Yeah. And from there, I went and I did acting in Liberty's College, Bull Alley, for a couple of years, and then I just started getting work as a singer, deathing in bands and bits and pieces like that, and then I started to work professionally doing tours and stuff like that. Yeah.
So before obviously the lockdown and the pandemic, you were on the road all the time then, were you, a lot?
So not a lot. Like, there was
were you stuck in a
few tours, or I was kind of I was all over the place. I was doing a bit of everything, and I also got into the teaching side of things there, which I'm really passionate about too, which is ongoing.
You're a vocal coach, and I have my notes here, and you've got your own school of music, is it?
Yeah, own performing arts school.
Performing arts, okay,
school of performing arts with my lovely wife who's standing on the stage there.
Do you get on with each other when you're on the stage?
Yeah, she's grand.
Or do you have to? That's not fair, because she can't really defend herself. So, like, you know.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. No, it's a nightmare. No, it's not. We have a great time. I'm so glad she's on board.
Absolutely, yeah.
It's amazing.
And you yourself have been nominated. Well, a lot of you have been nominated, and some of you have won awards and did the AIMS Awards. Tell me a little bit about that yourself.
So AIMS is the Association of Irish Musical Societies, and it's an award ceremony that takes place in Killarney in the INEC every June.
Oh, nice.
And the adjudicators go around the country and they look at all the shows, and then it's like the Oscars for the musicals. I should really say the Oliviers or the Tonys, but it's that feel.
Yeah, but
and it's an award ceremony. But
something to be proud of. Yeah,
very lucky to have gotten a few nominations over the years. Same with the guys out here. So yeah.
What's your plans with Virtualoso? Where do you plan to take it when things open up and you're able to travel and play in theatres and have an audience? Like, not like our audience here is non-existent in the physical world, but obviously we're virtual, like, you know.
Yeah, of course. The plan, actually, there's a lot of interest for gigs, and some theatres have been in touch and that, so it's something I didn't expect to happen so soon, and I feel very fortunate for that. But stay tuned.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I hope I get an invite to one of the shows. Anyway, I'll be one of the first to be there, and I'm looking forward to hear you live. I did see on the Facebook page that you've got 2 new releases coming out soon.
That's right. So we're actually releasing a song tomorrow, and it's a really tricky one. it's been it's definitely our hardest one to date. But we're actually releasing it in aid of PA the House.
You say like the hardest one to date, like is it the ones you've done already are so easy, like?
Yeah. This makes the other ones look like happy birthday. So yeah.
Okay, tell me about PA the House. You're dedicating.
Yeah, so it's an organisation that's it's obviously a hugely important cause, and it's very close to some of our hearts in the group here. So we just said we had the perfect song for it, and we said why not just do it, and we're just so delighted to do it.
It's a good cause, fair play. Yeah. So keep tuned and keep updated on your social media.
So you can keep an eye on the Facebook, which is just Virtualoso, or the Instagram and YouTube is Virtualoso a cappella group.
Okay, when did the second release, have you announced when that's going to be around that?
No, haven't announced when it's going to be, but at some point in the next 3 to 4 weeks.
Okay, so soon after the first. Brilliant. Look forward to hearing. Tomorrow I'll be tuning in or clicking on the pages to have a look. Will we give it a blast? Do you want to take position and we try and get going?
We're going to do the Disney Love Medley now. So
brilliant. Okay,
yeah.
No confusion then.
Yeah, that's it.
Brilliant. Okay, go on. You take your position and we'll get going. Folks, this is the moment I've been really looking forward to. It's not only exciting seeing a 10-piece group performing live again on our screens, but to give you an idea of the calibre of who we have performing for you tonight. They range from wedding singers, session singers, acting performers, performing arts teachers and theatre directors who have performed in well-known theatre and TV shows, musicals and the panto. Around Ireland, Europe and the UK, including London's West End and the Royal Albert Hall. They're multi-award winners and nominees for AIMS and All-Ireland Flacchiol Championship. You've seen them on TV, at the opera, in a concert and as choir members. Please welcome Chris Currid, Roisin Currid, Rory Dunne, Leah Penston, Chris Corroon, Jessica Bray, Sarah Corcoran, Stephen Rabbette, James McDermott and Amy Penston, who are Virtualoso.
It's warm and real and bright, and the world has somehow shifted. All at once, everything is different now that I see you.
Come stop your crying, you'll be just take my hand, hold it tight. I will protect you from all around you. I will be here, don't you cry.
Born so small, you seem so strong. My arms will hold you, keep you safe and warm. This bond between us can't be broken. I will be here, don't you cry.
When destiny calls you, you must be strong.
You gotta be strong.
It may not be with you, but you gotta hold on. distance. I don't care how far. Somehow I'll be strong. I know every mile will be worth my while.
I would go most anywhere to find where I belong.
Do-do-do-do-do, like a shooting star. I can go the distance. I will search the world. I will face its harms. I don't care how far. I can go the distance till I find my heroes welcome.
Know that you'll be in my heart.
What about it? Just unbelievable. I'm going to ask Amy Penston to come down and have a little chat with me for a bit. Amy has graduated from the Liverpool Institute for Performing Arts with a BA Honours in Acting. She has recently returned home, having finished a 9-month tour in the UK and Ireland. She's loved musical theatre from a very young age, playing Gretel in The Sound of Music. She's no stranger to TV. She's appeared on ITV, BBC, RTE. Amy, thank you for joining me.
Thank you so much for having
You're
us.
very welcome.
Thank you.
Again, there's just so many and so many, like it's a huge sound, it's a big wall of sound coming from us, like, you know.
It is.
Tell me a little bit, like you're directing, what's your role in it?
So I'm the musical director. So it's my job to sort of make sure the harmonies are on point and that we're all together.
If anything goes wrong, you get the blame?
Absolutely. Yeah. We try not to let that happen though.
Yeah, I suppose it's a big responsibility taking on so many people to be in charge of and make sure it's going right then, yeah?
It is, but I mean, you were talking earlier about the kind of caliber of performers that we have. I mean, every single person on that stage is a leading man and leading lady. So the safety of the music, I think, is in good hands with them alone. So I just kind of polish it off and make sure it's all together.
Yeah, absolutely. And with putting it together, like, you know, how do you go about putting it together, like, you know, when are you arranging everything?
So going forward, the songs that we're doing tonight are covers, but going forward, myself and the director Chris Currid are going to get together and we're going to be arranging our own pieces. But the music we just performed there was made famous by Voctave. So we get the music, and then it's my job to sort of pick it apart. And
that's the part I mean, because you're still arranging, it's still your own arrangement, even you're picking it apart as well, like, you know, but you have to give everybody their dedicated part to do it.
I'll put down the lines for everybody, and it's up to them then to go away and learn it and then come back.
For me, that would be like really difficult. You've got a good ear for music to be able to pick out all the voices or where you want them to, the harmonies to go.
Yeah, I've been doing it for a long time, so I love it. It's like putting together the pieces of a puzzle.
Absolutely. Tell me about yourself then. How long are you involved in theatre or music or?
Well, I did my first show when I was 5.
Yeah, as you're saying, Gretel.
Yes, I played Gretel alongside my mother, who is also a phenomenal singer, and my grandmother, who was an actor in her day. And since then, I've been very lucky. I've been performing professionally for the last 10 years.
Wow.
So yeah, it's been fun. It's been a roller coaster.
At 5 years of age, how do you get involved? How do you get picked at 5 years of age?
Your mommy puts the nice dress on and shoves you on the stage and hopes you for the best.
Oh really? Yeah, that's the way it goes. And what about? I was reading through your bio, and you've done lots of work. Like all of you have done lots of work, and it's unfortunate I can't interview everybody here tonight. I'd love to, like, you know, because it's so interesting, like, you know. But like I just think, like, you played with Josh Groban, which must have been a huge one in my eyes. Anyway, I just think he's a fantastic singer.
Yeah, he's
Tell us a little bit about that.
Favourite singers.
Same as actually. Yeah. Like when
he's incredible. I was in his backing vocal group. Just for this leg of his tour. So the way that tour works is that they have their own singers as well, but they get local singers. I'd imagine it's just easier than
I think they kind of do that way.
50 or 60 people around, but So yeah, I got to sing behind Josh Groban in the 3 Arena, which was incredible.
Do you remember where you were when you got the phone call, or
I was having coffee, and then
one of those moments, remember?
I was on the way to work and I was having coffee, and the incredible Sean Gilligan rang me and he said, "I've got a monster of a gig for you." So I said, 100%, get me in.
Absolutely, yeah. How long of a notice did you get to learn the pieces, or how many songs were you doing? You were part of the whole show, obviously, I take it, yeah?
Yeah, it was a quick turnaround, between a week or two. It was only a week or two, yeah, to get it in and get it learned, and then it was polished and out on stage.
Pressure was certainly on, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Like you've played like the Borgosh Energy Theatre, you've played the National Concert Hall. You've played everywhere, like, you know, anywhere that anyone who's involved in entertainment would like to play, you've played.
Almost everywhere.
I think so. I was watching it when you were playing with Virtualoso, when you were singing and that. You're also like the metronome, because I was watching the hand movements and everything as well.
That's just to keep everyone in time and to keep everyone together. And obviously we're practicing social distancing tonight, so we have to be quite far away from each other. So it just sort of helps if everyone can see me to kind of latch onto something. But
you're singing as well.
Yes.
Yeah, so like, I know, but it's like normally you'd see like someone out doing the human metronome would be somewhere else and not singing or performing or taking part. But you're doing the whole lot as well, like, not to keep together. Yeah. Again, you're responsible if they go too fast or too slow.
That's my fault. Yeah, I think we had that in rehearsals earlier. I'm a bit of a speed merchant, so to overcompensate, I take things too slow.
You get the blame straight away.
So it's getting the balance. But yeah.
Okay, what song? He's going to do another song for us, yeah?
Yeah, we are. We're going to do The Sound of Silence, made famous by, obviously, the wonderful Simon and Garfunkel, and this is inspired by the Pentatonix version.
Okay, I'm going to ask you to maybe take the stage again, and we'll go for The Sound of Silence, so if everybody down there can make their way up onto the stage again, and I'm looking forward to hear The Sound of Silence as well. Folks, I really hope you are enjoying yourselves so far. With the songs that are coming from these and the voices, it's literally like a wall of sound. I don't know whether you're listening from your earphones or if you have it in your television or whatever, but really, if you're just listening from a phone or that, plug in the earphones and have a listen. You'll really get to hear what's coming from this group. They're just unbelievable. I'm going to leave you with them now. We've got the Sound of Silence.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again, because a vision softly creeping left its seeds while I was sleeping, and the vision that was planted in my brain still remains within the sound of silence.
In restless dreams I walked alone, narrow streets of cobblestone, beneath the halo of a street lamp. I turned my collar to the cold and damp, when my eyes were splashed by the flash of a neon light that split the night, and then the sound of silence.
And in the naked light I saw 10,000 people, maybe more. People talking without speaking, people hearing without listening, people writing songs that voices never share, and no one dare disturb the sound of silence. Of silence.
Fool said I do not know. Silence like a cancer grows. Hear my words that I might teach you. Take my arms that I might reach you. But my words, like silent raindrops, fell and echoed in the wind. sign said the words of the prophets are written on the subway walls and tenement halls and whispered in the sound of silence.
Folks, so I'm now going to ask Stephen Rabbette for a short interview. He's a proud Clara man who was born into a family of talented musicians. From a young age, he's been singing and drumming and has always had a passion for all things music. His love for musical theatre started at about 10 years of age. He received a nomination for Best Male Singer at the Ames Awards. He's trained at the Academy of Music, Tullamore under Kieran Brady, and was a member of the Academy Chamber Choir that won National Choir of the Year in 2017. Stephen is also a wedding vocalist and is the lead singer of the popular Midlands-based wedding band, The Lols. By day, he's a graphic designer. Stephen, you're very welcome.
Thank you, Steve. Thanks for having me.
You're very welcome again, and the whole lot of you are so welcome. How does it feel to be back playing live?
It feels great, to be honest. We've been out of work for so long, and with the pandemic and everything, so it's great to be back on a stage and singing with all these talented people.
From like you're playing a lot in theatre and being a wedding singer, obviously you're doing lots of gigs, so you've kind of got the finger at every pie, so to speak, with keeping with the music going.
Yeah.
And for all that to be taken away, and suddenly like I can imagine like the rest of them as well, like, you know.
Exactly, especially like in the sort of wedding scene, that's really suffered during the pandemic. So, and musical theatre as well.
I think there'll be a lot of weddings maybe when things open up again, will there? You'll be out the door. Tell us a little bit more about yourself, or how you got involved as well, or who you know, or because I know some of you don't know each other here.
Yeah, so at the start, I know of some of the people in the group before we actually met for the first time, which was back here there a few weeks ago, and we shot our promo video. But it was actually Shane contacted me. Shane was MD at the beginning.
Okay.
And he contacted me and he was saying that Chris was putting together a group who would have been interested in joining. So I jumped at the chance. Yeah, absolutely, you know.
To anything, I suppose, isn't it?
For an a cappella group like this, it's such a great experience to be.
What's your role?
I'm mainly tenor 2.
And have you got with your graphic design? You have to bring that into anything?
Yeah, I would bring that into the graphic side of it. I would do. I suppose that I've done the logo design and any sort of.
The logo's very good, yeah.
Any graphics that we need to do, and also the videos. So I, on the second video, I did it myself. Like we put together the videos. Everyone sends their video to me.
This for the Zoom videos that you're doing, yeah?
No, for the Facebook videos.
Okay, yeah.
So everyone sent on their video. It was kind of hard to get, to get 10 people.
Yeah.
And then syncing up to the music as well. But it's I enjoy doing it.
Is that something you'd normally do with the?
It's kind of something.
The videos kind of probably a little bit different from the
self-taught. I wouldn't have any training as such.
Okay. Plenty of time.
So
us entertainers be learning stuff like that.
In doing the videos, but I'm able to manage to get them out anyway and get them done. And we have another one which will be coming out tomorrow, which.
That's right, Chris was saying earlier, yeah.
It'll be fairly quick turnaround for the video on that. So.
Pressure's probably on you doing this today and having to travel here and then have everything ready to go tomorrow.
It'll be.
Is everything ready to go tomorrow?
It'll be late night.
Well, it will be late night by the time you get home. Is it not? So it's ready for release or almost ready? Is it you're just in the final touch-ups or whatever? You have to do that. Like, oh my God, What about you? A lot of you have started playing music or getting involved in music at a very young age, like yourself. Was it 10 years of age you started yourself getting involved?
Yeah, well, I got. Music has always been in my family. My dad playing music. He played in the show bands.
Oh, okay.
Years ago.
Brilliant.
Yeah, and he played in.
Did you ever get involved in show bands yourself?
No.
Or like that? I know they're gone.
They're gone. That era is gone.
Yeah.
Like it was a great time. I always think that I always love to be back around that time.
Yeah.
It's a great time for a musician.
The huge bands,
huge bands,
show bands,
huge demand. But I'd always, my uncles and my cousins, and music's kind of in my family. But I took it, no one in my family would really be into musical theatre. as such. So it was something I took upon myself to go and do.
And was it at 10 years of age you got involved in the theatre?
No. That was then later. It was only I was in my 20s. I started getting involved in that. So it was kind of later.
And you're a drummer, is it as well?
Drummer as well.
Drummer.
Yeah.
Okay. And is the family like, do they play instruments as well?
Yeah, my dad's a drummer as well.
Okay.
And my cousins would play several instruments, you know.
Being a drummer, actually, I'm surprised you're not actually being told to be the human metronome, I suppose.
I leave that to Amy.
You don't want that responsibility
No.
and such, like, you know. And I suppose, did you ever sing and play the drums when you were in the band? Like, you know?
That's what I did when I was.
That's what you were doing.
That's what I was doing when I was in a band. I was.
Okay.
I was kind of the main singer and the drummer at the time. I suppose I was a band when I left school.
Right.
And we were kind of doing gigs around the country, like. But
yeah, I always think it's cool when you see the drummer singing. Like,
yeah, that was. Yeah, people always say it must be hard, but I always just found it came naturally.
Yeah.
I never really struggled to do
the arms
both.
and legs going
Yeah.
everywhere, and then to sing as well. You would imagine that's probably why you don't see it too often,
Yeah.
but like, you know, it's a super talent to have. What about the choir? Tell me about that. How did you get involved in the choirs then?
Well, I started vocal training in the Academy of Music in Tullamore, and my vocal coach there, Kieran Bray, he was running an academy choir, so he did the Academy Chamber Choir. So he just asked me would I be interested in getting involved and to meet up once a week, and it would be fairly competitive in competitions and the like. So the first year we were there, we ended up going to Germany to an international choir competition, which was a great experience.
And your first time singing with them was in Germany, is that what you said?
Yeah, well, I was only in the choir a couple of weeks.
Wow.
And I had to learn all the pieces, and then we had to go to Germany.
Quickly again. That's the entertainment business.
Stuff,
Sometimes you have to be ready if you just get the phone call.
And learn them off by heart as well, like. Which is.
Do you have any choice in the choosing of the songs for Virtualoso?
No, it's kind of. Chris probably.
Chris is kind of more picking out the songs.
Yeah.
No, just out of interest, like, you know. Give me an idea. I was asked to do something off the cuff, so to speak, as in the singing, because I'm always asking about harmony. I've asked several people, can you teach me a little bit about harmony? I play a little bit of guitar and I sing a little bit myself. I wouldn't have the musical background that any of you have, like, you know. You are so talented and you have it all. You learned the proper way, like, you know. I just learned to sing when I was young. I suppose there was no key on the bathroom door.
I know, yeah.
Stop anyone coming in, like, you know. Harmony, it's what, 3-part, 4-part harmony. To give it an idea, how does it work? Like,
it's something that, as far as I know, there's no actual worldwide sort of method in teaching it. It's just something that people either do it by ear or they do what we do, and we learn the music and learn the notes and the lines, and something that you can probably get a lot of people. Sometimes it takes them years to get to a certain level of just being able to do it off the cuff. I suppose in live bands is a great place to learn that sort of thing, where you're kind of just, if there's a lead singer and you're there to sing harmony, it's just something that you'd pick up.
It's a great
by ear over time. But harmony is kind of generally like you're singing up the octave. So like if I was to sing, or if I get you to sing like a so you're going, you know.
Wow.
So it's just something that, especially in this group, it's the more you do it,
And you're putting
the more
different people in, because you've got the bass coming in as well.
Yeah.
That's playing bass.
Yeah, like Rory there's got great resonance in his.
My God,
it's
like,
kind of a lot down here in the belly, like, so. But it's great. But what do you think about joining us?
I've been asked to kind of join us for a bit of a song, like, you know. The nerves are on me to be able to step on the stage with you, like, you know. So you'll have to forgive me if I'm going to try and sing along with you.
No problem.
So I finish on the show. Will you have me, lads? Yeah, it's all right.
We haven't.
Yeah. I'm going to try, like, you know. Something I've never done, like, you know.
Come on, over and join us.
He's one of us. Google gobble, Google.
Always ready.
Thank you very much. Lads,
Well done.
thank you very much for having me here and for you coming here. And it's been
for
an
having
honor
us.
experience. I really mean
Done a
it. Thank you very
job,
much. Everybody else, if you tune in next week, we have father and son duo who joined together to form the Rings. That's Jim Ring, who plays with Abbey Folk, and James Ring, who also plays with Drops of Green. And we've also got Emer Furlong. So tune in again next week, 7 p.m. See you then. Thank you very much. Thanks again.
Thank
lads.
you.